Dogs are incredibly loyal. For 4 years, this dog waited in the same spot for his owner to come and get him. Then something incredible happened. Our story today takes us to Thailand, just outside the city of Khon Kaen. There was an intersection near a gas station. People started spotting the little brown and white dog coming to the same spot every day. It was strange. He seemed to be a well-cared-for dog. He wasn't too thin, and he was clean. Most of the people that passed there daily thought it was just someone's pup out on a stroll. But he stayed around for a long time, and he didn't seem to be going home. A few people kept watching the dog, and they saw that he was getting thin and weak. He also seemed to be getting a skin condition that was making him lose his hair. The poor dog was in a terrible state. Many nice people around wanted to help the dog, and some even wanted to give him a new home. They all started calling the dog Leo and helped to care for him. One woman, a lady named Saowalak, saw that Leo was becoming worse and that his skin condition was causing him pain. She just knew she had to help the dog. She went past the intersection for work and noticed the sick dog. Then she stopped, picked him up, and took him home. She cared for his skin by washing him with special medicine and combing out the tangles in his hair. Then she allowed him to rest in her home and eat some good food. Soon, he was getting better. Saowalak was becoming more and more attached to the dog. When she got home one day, Leo was gone. She searched for him desperately, looking for him all around her neighbors' homes, but no luck. Leo was gone. Then she thought of something. Quick as she could, Saowalak went back to the intersection where she first found Leo. Sure enough, there he was. Leo had stayed with her as long as he needed to get back on his feet, but then he went back to the intersection. What made this place so special? Why did he keep returning there? After thinking carefully, Saowalak thought she had the answer. She suspected that Leo had somehow lost his family at the intersection. Could he be coming back to the same spot in the hopes that they would eventually find him? It was the only thing that made sense. It broke her heart thinking of Leo waiting hopefully for his family to come back. Surely if they wanted to get back to him, they would have done so already. Saowalak took him home with her a few more times, but each time he got out and went right back to waiting at the intersection. Eventually, she just made peace with the fact that Leo wanted to stay there and wait. But that didn't mean that Saowalak couldn't care for him. From then on, she would make sure that she brought him food every day. She would sit with him and even brush his hair to make sure that it didn't become tangled again and that his skin would stay healthy. It wasn't the same as taking him home and loving him, but at least he would be able to be cared for. Many people were fascinated by the dog who stayed at the intersection. Some often came to visit the pup, and some also helped to feed him. He was such a sweet dog that loved all the attention he was getting. He just didn't want to go home with any of them. But they kept coming, taking pictures of him, and also of Saowalak when she came to care for him. There was another good friend that Leo made out of all of this. Her name was Anuchit Oncharan. She also saw Leo's predicament and tried to think of ways she could help him. For 4 long years, Leo had sat at the intersection just waiting for his owner to come home. It was a sad sight. Then, Anuchit had an idea that might be able to help Leo. She had plenty of pictures, so she took those and used the power of the internet to spread the word about Leo on social media. She made a post about the sad dog who insists on living on the road. She hoped that the post would somehow find the family that he had lost and lead to a special reunion. But she never expected the post to blow up as much as it did. Many people wanted to help the dog find his owners and shared the post on their pages too. It spread even internationally. Many people became invested in the story and Leo's future. After it went viral, there were many people who saw the post. One of them, Nang Noi Citizen, was a 64-year-old woman from the Roy Et province in Thailand. She was shocked when she saw the pictures of Leo. The dog in the pictures looked a lot like her beloved dog Bonbon. She had lost the dog 4 years ago while on a road trip. Nang Noi and her husband were visiting their daughter in Khon Kaen, and Bonbon had gone with them. He was in the back of the vehicle with the window open when they stopped at a gas station to fill up and let Bonbon out for a break. They realized he wasn't in the car anymore. They suspected that he had jumped out of the car when they were at a stop sign. He could have seen something that he wanted to chase, or he could have been spooked in some other way. Either way, he was gone, and the family was heartbroken. For a week, They went back to the area and searched the road where they thought they had lost him, but there was no sign of him. After more than a week, they were convinced that they had lost him forever. They assumed he was probably hit by a car or hurt in some other way, and had lost hope in ever finding him again. Eventually, they had to make peace with the fact that he was lost forever. Now, it had been 4 years since they lost their dog, and they had moved on. They hadn't gotten another pup. It was too sad. But when they saw these pictures of Leo, they were sure it was Bonbon. He had been waiting for them so long. Now they could go and get him. They were beyond excited. They contacted Anuchit Onchuran and showed her some of the pictures they had of Bonbon as a puppy. She agreed Leo was very likely the same dog. They arranged for Nang Noi and her family to come for a visit and see Leo. Anuchit made sure that Saowalak knew that the family was coming, just in case they took the dog home with them. Saowalak needed the opportunity to say goodbye first. After all, she had been caring for Leo for 4 years. She deserved that. The family got to the intersection. Saowalak and Anuchit were already there, Leo lying down in the shade close to them. Then Nang Noi and her family got out of her car, and she called him, hearing his name, Bonbon. The dog lifted his head. He got up and ran towards his old family. His whole body was wagging, not just his tail. And clearly, the pooch was super excited to see them. He had been waiting for them for 4 years. It looked like he was worried about them for all these years. Now they had come back, and he could see that his family was doing well. The family thanked Saowalak for taking care of Leo. And then it was time to say goodbye. Saowalak hugged Leo with tears in her eyes. She had gotten so attached to him. Then the family called him to come and get into the car. That was when something incredible happened. Leo refused to go to them. They tried to pick him up, but he ran away from them. He went and sat down right next to Saowalak. They all realized what the dog was trying to tell them. Leo wanted to stay. He had gotten attached to Saowalak too. He just wanted to know that his family was fine. But now he wanted a new family. Nang Noi agreed to let him be. They would come to visit and even offered to help with vet bills. But it was clear he was no longer their dog. From then on, he lived with Saowalak, and he never ran away again. He was home. Would you continue to help a dog on the road for 4 years? Let us know in the comments section down below, and thanks for watching. Join us again next time for even more awesome stories.